They say that targeted individuals are mentally ill people suffering from delusions and schizophrenia. They want attention, a road to fame, or unjustified compensation for pain and suffering. Whistleblowers are disgruntled intelligence agents, police officers, or other enforcement that were fired or singled out and only want compensation by the department they work for and revenge. Non-enforcement complainants are mentally ill people suffering from paranoia, delusions, and schizophrenia. Usually drug abuse is assumed or insinuated. Veterans that are targeted are suffering from PTSD and have dissociated from reality due to unhealed trauma from war. Targeted individuals are suspected criminals. They are terrorists, drug dealers, rapists, spouse abusers, bank robbers, pedophiles, etc. The list goes on and on of what people are told about targeted individuals. Targeted individuals are violent people that need to be watched 24/7 to ensure local and national security. You hear a person in a respectable position say something like this, you just take it for what it's worth and go along with life and just assume that somebody that's a targeted individual is just nuts. And that's what they want you to do because this story is being covered up. I wrote this out in one afternoon, based just on the knowledge that I have in my head, that I've experienced, that I know personally. Many targeted individuals have a high IQ, are intuitive, empathetic, creative, artistic, compassionate, are empowered free thinkers, and are very vocal in general. Targeted individuals seem to fall into specific groups. Intel or enforcement that wanted to do more than follow orders. Potential leaders that would not be corrupted and would actually make decisions to help society prosper. These targets are usually identified at a young age. Defendants in custody battles against a connected person. A person that had a negative encounter with a connected person. Knowledge from investigative conclusion. Complaints from targeted individuals are similar or the same in the United States and all around the world. A mass delusion cannot be shared by millions of people that have different religions, political affiliations, genders, ethnicities, occupations, ages, and upbringing. Due to the exact repeating circumstances, facts, and conditions such as medical examinations, sworn affidavits, convictions of perpetrators in litigation, perpetrator confessions, and whistleblower testimony, it appears that occurrences in a targeted individual's life are carefully organized and executed events that are highly funded. I am a targeted individual, and I have personally experienced these techniques, tactics, and standard operating procedures myself. I've lived through this for years. I've just been researching and studying what was going on the last 2.5, 3 years, but I've been going through this for a very long time. I believe since I was a child. And I guess that's one part that I missed here. Many targeted individuals are, well, actually, no, I didn't miss that. It said these targets are usually identified as a young age. So some people, their family will sell them into one of these programs. It's a long-term trauma-based mind control program to synthetically insert traumatic events throughout the target's life to create nonstop trauma, which creates alters and dissociative identity disorder, otherwise known as multiple personality disorder. Then when the multiple personality disorder is programmed into the target or MK Ultra victim, they can use that person as a patsy or for multiple different types of uses. Okay, so motives for a mass targeting program. A corrupt government or cabal would greatly benefit from a classified program like this. They could use good citizens that have been programmed to live in constant fear to facilitate the targeting of other good citizens by classifying fake crimes and utilizing a slander campaign against the target. If chaos and violence in our society are synthetically created, more funding for systems of power and control can easily be implemented. Non-organic chaos and violence will lead to more arrests and incarceration in private prisons. The private prison industry grows, prison run businesses grow, prison jobs grow, the judicial system grows, and the power structure grows. Complaints from targeted individuals to corrupt or misinformed psychologists, psychiatrists, or law enforcement will lead to false mental diagnosis, which will lead to mental hospital incarceration, unnecessary prescriptions, or psychotropic and SSRI drugs. Prescriptions of psychotropic and SSRI drugs, and the targeted person's capacity to testify in a court of law. All right. The more people that are targeted, the more the psychological hospital system and big pharma and the private prison industry will grow, earning billions of dollars a year. Also, after mental diagnosis is labeled, children can be taken from good families and trafficked for profit. This program is the largest, most lucrative physical and psychological crime ever committed against the people of the United States and around the world. The end result is total control of all citizens, businesses, and government for a one-world totalitarian government. This is the 1% of our population that is in control of probably 85 to 95% of the wealth in the world, and the rest of us fight over the remaining small percentage. This targeted individual program is to quiet and to take out the people that would be instrumental in fighting against a totalitarian occupation of our government and implement world control. So thank you, John Desouza. John Desouza is called the X-Man. If you don't know who he is, look him up. His name is JohnDesouza. Like I said, he's a former FBI veteran, 25 years in service. He used to use this system to train other FBI agents, other federal agents, police officers, and investigators to come up with conclusions.